All right, let's dive right in. We're about to take a close look at some of the most genuinely creepy viral videos out there. You've probably seen them, you've probably wondered about them.
I'm recording up. Okay. Do you hear that?
So we're going to break down the digital evidence bit by bit and ask that unsettling question. What are we really looking at here?
You know that feeling, right, when you see something out of the corner of your eye that you just can't explain? It's this deep human thing, and now that we all have cameras in our pockets, more and more of these bizarre moments are getting caught on tape.
What is it? Clear. Clear.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put on our investigator hats and really scrutinize these clips. We'll look at what makes them so convincing and what makes them so absolutely terrifying. Let's get into it.
The fact that it just moved so quickly,
Yeah.
but then like the motion capture camera didn't see that shape. And like when it was tracked,
We're gonna start in the one place you're supposed to feel completely safe.
front door opening on its own,
Yeah.
that closed. We closed that door.
And I mean, this house is like brand new. Like it's not old or like.
Yeah.
Your own home. But as you're about to see, for some people, home is where the horror is.
So we've got two cases in this section. First, a guy named Steven, a dad who recorded some seriously creepy stuff happening in his...
They're not gonna let me go past it. They're not gonna let me go past it. Somebody's there. We're right here,
I'm
right?
telling you, somebody's at the door and they're not gonna let me go past it.
They wearing? What are they wearing?
They're wearing blue. But
Good,
someone's
good.
there and they're not gonna let me go past it. Someone's at the door.
I need you to sit up, okay? Can you do that?
You gotta
Listen, there's no need to apologize. Whatever makes you comfortable, okay?
Thank
We're
you.
here for you. Okay? Right? Is that okay? That it? Is that it? Are you okay?
Daughter's room. And after that, we'll check out a Rosette who moved into a new apartment that apparently came with a roommate he didn't know about.
Schizophrenia, you probably are not crazy. We're not crazy. People that have schizophrenia are normal people. My most common hallucination is seeing a shadow figure in doorways, like in any doorway. So think of any doorway in your house. My therapist and I do something called visualization dismissal. So I open and close the door repeatedly, and that kind of like scrubs away the shadow figure.
So picture this. Steven says he's home all by himself when he notices his daughter's bedroom door is just
What's wrong? What? What? There's nothing in there. What?
moving. He gets this feeling that something is very wrong, so he grabs his camera to catch what happens next.
Is if the hallucination's like really strong and I am not even like making sense out of reality, I use this and basically I point it at the door frame or whatever I'm seeing and look at the screen. And if what I'm seeing in the door frame isn't on the GoPro screen, it's not real. Helps me calm down. I'm doing really bad right now.
Now pay close attention to how this plays out. The door doesn't just swing open like there's a breeze. No, it kind of stutters.
You always say the same thing. No. Quit it. Stop bringing that up. Stop saying that. You always wait till now to say that. Whoa. Alexa, light on.
weird, jerky motions. And then, bam, the lights in the room just switch off. Not a flicker, they're just off. And right after that, the door slams shut.
And this is the real kicker, isn't it?
What you're gonna do first is you're gonna take the diploma from me.
It was during a speech rehearsal by the school principal that this was caught. Take a look.
That's okay. We don't want any broken ankles for graduation. So then we're going to talk about individual accomplishments a little bit, and we'll move you off to the side before other stuff starts. That's odd. That's just a change in air pressure, or was that a friendly ghost, Mr. Baker? Thank you, sir. And then, let's see, then we'll talk about STEM.
Okay, maybe a draft could move a door, you could argue that. But a draft can't flip a light switch. That's the detail that takes this whole thing from, that's weird, to, okay, I'd be moving out. But wait, there's more. The door wasn't the only thing. Stephen also filmed the blinds on a window upstairs, and you can hear him insisting there are no fingers, nobody's moving the blinds.
Programs and how we're trying to grow those, and also maybe a little bit about growing the sports programs as well. And then we'll talk about your individual achievements, how you guys can take leadership. Everybody to give us their science. We must have an open door somewhere else in the building, blowing that open. Anyway, so let's get started just the way that we're going to go. So we'll go John Anderson, big thing, walk over, and then Cal Connors, thing, over, then no, that's the right order. So Michael Thompson comes over. That right. And we've got Emily Rodriguez. Same thing, and just fly away. It flew away.
He captures just one single blind slat flipping open and then shut, real fast, almost like someone was peeking out from a second-story window where nobody could possibly be standing.
Okay, let's move on to our next case. A guy named O. Rosette moves into a new place, and right away, weird things start happening. So much stuff, in fact, that he felt like he had to start recording it, maybe just to prove to himself that he wasn't going crazy.
So, in one of his videos, he's literally talking about seeing a strange figure, and a door right behind him just swings wide open. He's smart though. He immediately shows the ceiling fan to prove it's off, so you can't blame it on a draft. But his most chilling footage? He set up a camera in his hallway overnight, and it catches this faint white speck that just kind of materializes in the dark. He's convinced that's the shadow figure he'd been seeing.
All right, we're moving out of the house now and into the yard and beyond. This next file is all about those face-to-face encounters with,
That's weird. Where is that coming from?
well, with things that shouldn't be there.
Where is that coming from? It's all something's coming from. Okay, so you still want to do banana bags, 15 mils an hour, head of starch, 4 mils an hour. Over this way. Alright. Medication, metronidazole, 15 mil BID. No. Alright, who's not gonna help me? It's coming from the body. No, it's not. What is it? to dump one or throw one of the pen outside or something. I didn't hear anything. You're not hearing that. Three of us heard it. I didn't hear it, no. You heard it, right? I heard it. It sounded like it was in that room or something. Like it sounded like it was like right on the floor. We're gonna play that back. I didn't even hear anything.
We've got two very different scenarios coming up. The first one is this recurring, creepy situation in a Sacramento backyard from a guy named Joey Wilson. The other is a sudden jump scare moment captured by a man named Melina outside a hospital.
So Joey Wilson says that this elderly woman was repeatedly hiding in the bushes in his own backyard and just staring at him. He actually managed to get footage of a face that seems to be looking right at him from between the leaves.
Up with the police standing over you.
Gotcha.
And here's where the story gets really bizarre. Joey was worried he was dealing with someone who was confused or needed help.
What the freak? What the freak was that? Oh my God!
Help, so he did the right thing. He called the police. They showed up, they searched the entire property, and they found nothing. Zero. No person, no footprints, not even a broken branch, no sign anyone had ever been there. Okay, this next one is straight up nightmare fuel. This guy Melina is waiting outside a hospital and he hears a noise coming from a car that looks like it's been sitting there abandoned for a long time. So he pulls out his phone to check it out, and for just a split second, captures this absolutely terrifying face staring back at him from the passenger seat.
You know, this stuff isn't just limited to our homes and personal lives. Sometimes it follows you to work. Our last case file looks at 2 stories of really weird things happening while on the clock.
First up, we're headed to a restaurant in Arizona, where an employee named Cameron has been documenting a ton of strange activity. Then we'll go to a construction site where a worker who goes by Death Paddler filmed something in an old basement that's, well, you'll see.
So at this restaurant, it's not just one thing, it's a whole series of events that seem to be escalating. First, they catch what looks like a face, actually forming and moving on the door of a fridge. Then, another time, a worker feels a very clear tap on his shoulder, spins around and nobody's there. But the wildest one? A locker door that was already broken suddenly fries open with some serious force. All right, let's head to that construction site. So, Deaf Paddler is a worker remodeling this old house, and he's just filming a quick tour of the basement, which, by the way, was built all the way back in 1949. And this is the moment that freaked him out so badly. He's just panning his camera across this empty basement when a chair, all by itself, suddenly slides forward pretty aggressively, and it's coming right at him. His reaction is instant terror. You can feel the panic. It's not just that the chair moved, it's that it moved like it wanted to. So, we've looked at the footage. We've seen doors slam, figures in the dark, chairs move on their own. We have to land on the big question. What are we actually seeing here? This is where things get complicated, and it all comes down to belief, skepticism, and this idea of the digital ghost.
To really start unpacking this, we have to talk about a weird trick our brains play on us all the time. It's called pareidolia. Basically, it's our built-in programming to see patterns and especially faces in random things. It's why you see a man in the moon, or an animal in the clouds, or maybe a face on a restaurant fridge.
When it comes right down to it, you can look at all of this footage through 2 totally different lenses. The supernatural lens says, yes, this is real evidence of spirits, ghosts, something interacting with our world. But then there's the skeptical lens, which has a whole toolkit of other explanations. It points to things like pareidolia, sure, but also maybe simple camera glitches or even elaborate, well-planned hoaxes. A skeptic might say the moving door was just a draft and the light switch was a coincidence, or that low-frequency sound, infrasound, could cause vibrations and feelings of deep unease. There are a lot of rational arguments to be made.
And that really is the ultimate question for us today, isn't it?
We live in a world where everyone has a high-definition camera in their hand. So are we finally capturing proof of the paranormal that's been around us all along? Or are we just creating more and more digital noise, giving our pattern-seeking brains more chances to find ghosts in the machine? We've laid out the evidence, but what you believe? Well, that's